these issues are very difficult to talk about, and however, we're having the conversation. It sounds like you're leaving a much broader impact for artists all around to be able to get involved. It's wonderful because in leaving an impact, it's making a difference. What would be a message that you would like to leave people that hopefully are watching this, who might be grappling with these issues themselves, like somebody who's actually identifying with the hard conversation?
What I would like to leave everyone with is a sense of hope. It always looks darkest right before the sun is about to come out. And right now, the darkness in our global communities has gotten enormously loud. The only reason why that exists is because the myth of a powerless individual has become so pervasive. It is a huge lie that one person can't make a difference. The only reason why the only reason why we believe that is because omniscience is not a part of our inherent human makeup. If we could see how our actions ripple out into the future, all of us would be nice to everyone if we could see the outcome of our actions. But because we can't, for now, I'm asking for 2025, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear on a screen, stay true to your focus as an individual. Stay true to your heart. Because if we lose our heart, we will lose humanity. We're fighting for our hearts. That's what this is about. The right to exist as who we are. That is a fight none of us should ever relinquish to anyone. It is a fight worth fighting even through exhaustion. Even when we think we have nothing left to give, we do. We're in it for the long haul to make sure that every individual here is going to be heard, is going to be seen, is going to be accepted. And for people who believe that that's not possible, possible things have to start somewhere. And they usually start in the realm of the impossible before they're brought into reality. We can make a better world, but we just have to remember that we're not just fighting for equality or any of these things. We're fighting for our hearts as people to exist. That's the struggle. That's what we're in. And I'm hoping that people will want to join me in ensuring that that's a war that we win.
First of all, just thank you for taking the time in doing this with me. But the final question, and I'm sorry for prolonging it, it's just like I don't want to let you go. I feel like I want to just hold you hostage for a few more hours. That's such the wrong word to use, but it's in jest, everybody. It's just in jest. Okay. If you met your younger self or anybody that is in the field of work that you do, what advice would you give yourself or that person?
My younger self, I would just go back and tell her to hold on. There were so many times during my childhood where it was like the whole world was filled with predators. That's why I do martial arts, because you have to learn eventually how to fight back, or you just continue to be victimized. And I would say to the young women out there, the ones without parents, the ones without support, the ones who are beaten up, the ones who have been raped, you can fight back. They haven't taken the best part of you. That's an aspect of your story. It's not the totality of who you are. Who you are is not defined by what has happened to you or what you've had to do for survival. Who you are is dictated by what moves your heart. That's who you are. That's what I would say to any girl that's at risk this way. To the child marriage survivors and those who have been forced into those situations, Because I didn't have parents, I was being forced into a marriage when I was 16. I grew up in the United States. Child marriage does happen in the United States. It happens in a lot of these countries. It just requires a signature from a legal guardian or a parent to make a girl under 18 be married off. Well, that gentleman decided he wanted a taste before that happened. I beat him up. I cannot stress enough to the women of this world that you do not have to be abused. You do not have to be a passive victim in your own story. You can fight back. I tell all of the girls that come across this way, I say this: you can fight back. Most people don't expect a story like that. They expect the other part, but that's not what happened to me. And that marriage did not take place, and I got my education. To people who want to embark on a humanitarian career, to be a humanitarian is to walk the path of balance for all of humanity. That is no small feat because we test each other in 1,000 different ways to be intolerant and hateful to each other. In order to be a humanitarian, though, at the core of it, you have to love people and you have to love yourself and you have to hold on to a vision of a brighter future. Because if you're in a humanitarian field and you are incapable of having a self care regimen, of remembering why you love your life, and being able to laugh, you will burn out on that career very quickly. I watched a lot of people burn out during the pandemic. So, if you're going to actually work on behalf of humanity, that's where your passion needs to be, not the future for you, the future for the seventh generation coming after you. If we had the longevity that our ancestors had in antiquity, where they could build these huge cathedrals and all of these wonderful buildings, it took them six, seven generations to build these things. Our disposable commodities have made it to where we are short sighted, my friends. Make your action as a humanitarian for the people you will never meet, but who will be the beneficiaries of your generosity and your kindness. That should be the core of your humanitarian ethos. And to all of the creatives that are out there, lastly, I would say art for art's sake matters. Improv matters. Your swirly art that someone said looks like a toddler did it. It matters. Your creativity matters. Don't give up on your art. Don't give up on your writing just because you're not a best-selling author and you can't get more than 10 likes on Instagram. Your success as an artist is because you're doing it. That's where the success is. The recognition and the rest of it has been superimposed on us by external society. These hallmarks that you're not a writer unless you've sold 100,000 copies of a work. You're not an artist unless you can make $2,000 for a painting. These are arbitrary lines that do not exist in reality. If you made a painting, you're an artist. If you wrote something, you're a writer. If you dance around in your living room when nobody's looking and you're really good at it, but too shy to get up on stage, guess what? You're a dancer. I have met so many people who will sing in the shower and they're like soprano level and they can't do that in front of other people, but they won't call themselves singers. I've known people who can bake a pie that can make you cry because it's that good, but they will not call themselves an artist. They are. Art for art's sake is about creating so that it can be enjoyed through the creation of it or just bringing people together. So stop thinking about your creativity as a commodity and think of it more as a mental health tool to sustain who you are. That's pretty much what I would want to say.
Thank you. A billion thanks to you, Magdalene, and for taking a mindful moment with me today. This was largely impactful. It resonated deeply. This has been incredible conversation. Gosh, I hope the rest of your day is beautiful and light. And
Yours
ha-
too.
do you have any more that you feel like you want to add in closing, or are you good?
I just wanted to, on behalf of the 34 Gallery in Samuka, Africa, I just wanted to thank you for giving me and us the opportunity to discuss the 34 Gallery and what we're doing. And again, I just want to thank you for being a phenomenal inspiration to all of us with your own advocacy and the things that you do. We have really done a lot now to try to recruit more audiovisual artists due to your involvement, that we want to make sure that that is actually a staple of the 34 Gallery, that these artists are recognized because of your work with us. So, and everything from your judging on with the art to just your presence online. You've been very integral to our process, and you're mentioned very frequently in our meetings where we're trying to make sure that digital artists of all varieties are included in these conversations, that the AI art community is not left out, because we do have disabled artists who are not able to have the physical strength to create art. I think when people are talking about the AI art conversation, they're not realizing that someone who's wheelchair bound with a degenerative disorder might only be able to move a mouse, the cursor, to create a digital artwork, instead of, oh, they spent, 60 hours working on this painting. And to have, we have several artists who are in this situation in multiple countries where AI art kept them from utter despair at ending their lives because they felt like they were useless. And all of a sudden, the AI art and NFT communities have made them feel like they're valuable, they can matter, that they can be a part of a larger creative community that thinks they're brilliant. And 6 months ago, everyone was just, they were just someone's sob story, and now they are international award-winning AI artists with careers. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know that these conversations take place because you and a lot of our AI artists are on board. And I know that wasn't an aspect that we covered, um, this schism between the fine art and AI art communities and how they've been at each other this way. I really challenge people to look at AI art differently in that manner, as to how it can open up doors for the people who are just simply not physically able to even have the tools available to them to do fine art or sculpture. So you're a part of that conversation, and you've put it on our radar, and we've been inclusive of those things from our inception for that reason. So I thank you for being you. And I do love this artwork in the background. I love your talent and your energy. And I'm just honored to have been able to be here and speak today.
Thank you so much. I didn't know, and I'm so happy that gosh, I'm so happy. That just brings so much joy to me. If there's anything that I can do, please reach out to me, even if it's to teach somebody how to perhaps utilize the tools that are available that are free. They don't know how to get to those tools. Perhaps there's a way, because there are so many people that are in the community that are giving to one another freely these tools. For instance, Comfy UI, there's a whole community behind Comfy UI, and there's somebody that I know that provides teachings for a couple of hours. He's doing this for free, how to use Comfy and how to generate images. If there's anything I can do, please, just let me know, and I'm here to help. I hope your day is amazing. It's Friday, January 17th, and oh gosh, love and light to you and yours and the entire 34 Gallery SDG 3.4 mental health community, the Simukai.org, the UN, all of y'all.
Okay.
Make sure you eat a cookie. And with
All
that,
right.
thank you. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure.
All right. Thank you as well. Be well.
Absolutely. You too.